When outsized smartphones first came out, a lot of people scoffed and said they're just too big. Now, they're belovedly called phablets, a cross between a phone and a tablet computer. And consumers, they're crazy for them. So joining us now to talk about this is Ed Begg. He's a tech columnist over at USA Today, a real gearhead. So, what is fueling the growth for these phone-tablet hybrids, these phablet-type computers?
Well, guess what? Large screens mean you can see better, especially those of us who are getting up there.
Me included, for sure.
Let's not minimize that. The fact is that there's lots of people out there who want to be able to stare at a screen, but not just for the stuff we typically do, email and stuff. People are now watching movies on these devices, and these are largely replacing the sort of smaller tablets. So,
I mean, the interesting part about this is it seems like there's this huge evolution. They go from big to small in waves.
Yep.
You've got these phablets, which are really hot right now, but then you've got Apple introducing the tiniest of displays in the Apple Watch, and I see you wearing one right now.
Yes.
So what exactly is happening here? Does it make sense to have both sides of this kind of a market? It's the dumbbell approach, right? You got the massive screens on the phablets, and then you got the tiny screens on the watch. What's the dynamic between the two?
Well, I think the dynamic between the two, the whole, one size doesn't fit all mentality here. But the watch right now, let's sort of shove that into a different category. It's very early. People are still trying to figure out what to put on there. The phablet, though, is there you have to compare it to the conventional size smartphone screen or just phone screen, whatever that is these days. And I do think that, again, people want to be able to see what's there. Watching, there's free Wi-Fi everywhere, so you're watching movies more often on there, videos and such. It doesn't mean the small display watch is going away, but, and let's face it, despite the momentum for phablets, they're still in the minority, right? Most people still have smaller devices, and I can't tell you how often the biggest people in the world who you'd think would want big phones look at this and go, do you need such a big phone? They're the ones with the smaller phones. It's counterintuitive.
It is a little counterintuitive, but you've hit an interesting point here because there are so many different products out there and they're geared to so many different types of consumers and groups.
Right.
There are smartwatches, there are smartphones, there are tablet computers, there are laptop computers, there are all kinds of connected devices in all shapes and sizes. The laws of natural selection say that some of them are going to survive and some of them are not going to. So you see all of these things and you see these trends. Which ones are going to be around 5 years, 10 years from now, and which ones are going to kind of die away as the years go by?
Well, I do think the watch is here to stay. It's very early, but I do think we're going to see the watches, and those screens will evolve. Certainly, the phablets we're talking about, and people define them differently, but I think smartphones generally 5 inches and above are going to stay there. How big will they get? At some point, it's a matter of comfort. It's all those things. I don't think the smaller display phone goes away altogether, but I do think that maybe is the one that's sort of, at risk here, if you will.
So the middle ground's at risk.
But it's going to take time. I mean, we used to poke fun at Samsung because they had so many devices. You couldn't keep track. You needed a scorecard. And I think they're really trying to hit what's right. And the answer is what may be right for you isn't right for me.
All right, so maybe the bottom line here is you go the barbell approach. The smaller size ones really kind of hang around and the larger ones really hang around, and that gives at least a bit of spectrum for consumers.
I think so. And the tablets as we know them, there we're going to see, I think, some, some of them will disappear.
All right, so there's the prediction. Tablets kind of go away. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That's Ed Begg here. He's the tech columnist over at USA Today. And thanks for watching The Tech Bet. My name's Dominic Chu, and I wish you a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Downey from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.